Hello Internet, this is LordMaddog and I'm coming at you with a tutorial for my Souls-like template. So this tutorial is going to be all about integrating MCC into the Souls-like template. Now obviously if you're going to want to edit anything of the actual MCC, you will need to go watch the tutorials for this. This one's about how to change things that are integrated. So we're going to jump right on in. And the first thing we're going to look at is armor and equipment. So when you change your character's base mesh, your race or your sex, you will need to have different armor meshes for each character. And we're going to talk about how to do that. So we're going to go ahead and go data, blueprints, armor, actors, armor. So we're going to go here and we're going to go ahead and look at the plate armor for example. Okay, so once the plate armor is open, we see here, we come down to manual change variables, and we're going to have race and sex messes. So we come here, we'll open up the first one I've already added these here for your example. This one here is race 0 and sex 0. This is so that would mean race would be human and sex 0 would be man. So that means I need to put my my skeletal mesh that's going to be on the character right here. All right, and then down here over here we have a race 0 and a sex 1, which means that it is a human female. And so we have a human female chest piece. So that would change the mesh according to whatever the player selects as their main character. Now, let's say I were to add a new race. Let's go into blueprints. Okay, and we'll go data table, MC. We'll open up the race and sex. Let's say I were to add a orc race. Okay, yeah, let's go with the orc race. So I would hit add, and then I would add my two orc race body meshes here, and that would now be because arrays are always start at 0. That would mean that this would be a 1, and so I would have to have my race 1. And then I'll have my sex messes. So race 1 and the sex mess of 0, and I'd have to have so instead of being a male art chest plate, I'd probably call it male orc art chest plates. So, and then you have to have for each one of that. That way, if you could have multiple races and everything's perfectly fine. So that's how you change messes. The next thing we have to look at is parts to hide. This one does not actually have an example, so we're going to go and open another blueprint that has better example. So let's see. Probably my leather pants is probably the best example here. So because players can now change how their character is formed, you're going to have clipping. You're going to have legs sticking out of your pants. You're going to have arms sticking in the side of your arms sticking into the side of your armor or whatnot, and you might end up having some kind of clipping, and players don't like that, and I don't like that. So this little thing is like a mutable plugin that allows you to hide certain parts underneath armor. So you see here, parts to hide is underwear, butt, and legs. So what that does, I'll show you it really quickly inside here. Come on. Okay, I thought I might have crashed. Okay, so sorry about the little bit lag because recording at 4K and working on Unreal Engine at the same time do not go together very well, even with a good computer. Okay, so now we're going to open up our character thing. You see here, I have my my fine pants hidden. But let's say I didn't have my fine pants hidden. And right there, we see they're on. But when I turn them off, you can briefly see for a very small second. You can barely see for a very small second that the legs were hidden and the button and underwear and everything were hidden underneath it, and then they become visible. So there, that's what that is doing. So when this is available, it's hiding the underwear, it's also hiding the legs, and it's hiding the butt. So it does not come through it. All right, so that said, you just need to choose look when you put your core armor on, see where it's going to clip, and then hide the certain parts. We'll show you the list of possible parts here. We have all of these. They all currently work perfectly, except for hair. I do not have a message to actually hide the hair at the moment. But that'll be added in just a little bit of clicks and a little bit of working on it. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to hide the hair when you had the helmets on, but I think I may end up having to do that. Okay, because sometimes it'll be nasty clicking. Anyway, that said, we now also need to talk about NPCs. This is going to be a really quick tutorial, so this will probably be the last half of it. right here. So when you have MCC characters now have a few options. One option down here. Down at the very bottom, this is my spawning actors. We've already gone over that. Need to go look at that tutorial. All right, MCC NPC index. Now, what this does is tell the spawner exactly what you want the enemy to look like. So if we hit play and I run over here in the corner, we will see that these NPCs, there we go, right there, look different. And we got Emily and I think Cameron. Yep, Emily and Cameron. And they just beat the crap out of me. Okay. As right now my streaming pool is overclocked, but that's fine. All right, so we're going to go and show you exactly where it comes from. Control B. We're going to go NPC preset list. This is your NPC pre-list, and just like I was saying with all arrays, it'll start with 0. So even though Emily is this one here, I think is the one that we're using, Emily's preset list. Oops, let me make sure I clicked on that there and go down here. Where'd it go? There it is. It's 9. It's actually 10 because arrays are funky like that. So we have Emily, and then we have 8, which 7, which is actually Cameron. So that's how you can tell you just what the NPC to look like. You can create your own NPC preset list. I've already have a tutorial how to do that in the MCC. Okay, now there is just one little thing more, and that is the actual customization. Use customization. This is not actually MCC, but it's kind of MCC because it was added during the MCC time. So when a player is over here, and they can adjust how they want their armor to look. So you can see here, I have changed right here. I can double click this, and I have changed my armor to being gold now. Okay, so that looks kind of really crappy gold, but you know, you can change it how you want. And I don't want to, here, let me do this streaming pool to make it look better here. There we go. Now, much better. Everything looks better. It's also going to be a little bit more laggy. Okay, so now I can change the color. I can change the tenant. I can change all of this. But let's say I want my NPCs to be able to look like that new way as well. So I will done. Close this off, and we're going to go ahead and hit F8. And while we got our character selected, we're going to come down here. It's kind of buried, and I'm not sure why it buried it. It's where is it at? Come on, help me find it. Material, gameplay, base. It is. No, where'd it go? There it is. Save current equipment setup. And I hit that, and it'll populate this. So everything that my character is currently equipped with, so like if the sword, everything, you want to make the NPC have certain armor, certain color, certain customization, you would do it on your character you're working with at the player character first. Make sure you spawn in all the items and armor and equipment you want the NPC to have, and you hit save current equipment. All right. And once current equipment is there, you just hit copy this. And then once you have that copied, you can come over to here and paste that in right here. All right. So that's exactly how I got these two to look like angels. And I do believe that is everything when it comes to an MCC update. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, likes, shares, and comments are always welcome. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask in the comment section or on my Discord. LordMaddog signing off.